Welcome to the spectacular home of my friend Elizabeth. She's got the most amazing art collection you will ever see. So the house is currently under contract, so it's not pristine. We'll see little notes around the house, but her artwork is magnificent. So this is the entry, and she's taken some of her furniture out, but we're going to start with some of the artwork in here. So Elizabeth, can you tell me about this piece here?
Oh, that is a piece by Todd Murphy, who recently died, which is a loss to the art. And it's unusual in that he made the frame. And you can see he signed it down here.
It's spectacular. Wow. I mean, it's a wood frame that he gilded. And look at the top
back
of it.
when Trinity had their art auctions that Mary Ann Lambert did, David Ramus bought this. And then David got in trouble, and he knew that I had wanted it. And so we bought it from David.
Very nice. It is just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's like a woman sitting on top of the earth, looking down on, I don't know, the atmosphere. So tell me about this piece. This is interesting.
And that is another piece that we bought from David Ramus. Yes, and you know, David is famous for having a little problem. He had a wonderful gallery, and then he ended up in jail and then wrote a bestseller from jail.
That is a riot. What's the name of his book? Do you know? I'll have to look it up.
Oh, I forgot.
David Ramus?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that is so funny. His book sales are now going to go up. And look how you put these pictures here. I love this. This little guy over to the right, he's like a,
I think most of those came from the Swan Coach House Art Gallery.
Okay, before we go upstairs, let's go into the living room, which is just loaded with spectacular things. I mean, let me just peruse it quickly before we walk in. Okay. All right, so we are in now, and I want you to tell me first about this painting.
Oh, that's a Thornton Dial. I'm not sure where I bought that.
That's okay, it's spectacular. Tell me about this chair.
That came from Fay Goals. And
look at the bottom is blue, and then the eyes are blue. I didn't notice that at first. That's so interesting. And I love how you set these other pictures up behind it on these gold. They could look they look teak or something.
I bought the wooden compartments, which you can put in different ways.
Yes.
At the A&O Auction Gallery.
So pretty. Oh, and now I'm just looking at your curtains. Look, they're so interesting. It looks like a ring under there, how they did that.
Well, there's several behind there. Well, see, there's a
like
smaller one down here, over here. You can see.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
So that's what they're like inside.
Oh, they're hollow.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
interesting.
And see, there's another one. I mean, in other words, you can spread them out and make a little
there's more
wall.
inside. Oh, that is. Oh, and there's one behind too. Only you would think.
And
that,
I think
Elizabeth.
it's interesting. I got these curtains at Christie's in New York.
Oh.
But what they're made of, not that what is on the thing, that's a slinky.
I wondered because that's what I was looking at. That's so interesting. Let me get the camera up there. To give them that round look like that and keep it open enough.
And it slides so easily.
Oh, that is just genius. And did you bought them like that, right?
I bought them like that. Yeah.
That's going to be the new way people decorate with slinkies. Oh my gosh. So these chairs and this piece of furniture.
I bought those at ADAC.
And they're sort of
new,
but they go with the table, that little demi-lune table, and it looks a little bit Biedermeier, as is this absolutely spectacular sofa that I am newly obsessed with. And so you're taking it to your new home, but also what I think is really interesting is it's actually painted, and it's painted on the back. I'm not going to pull it out right now, but I'll film it when she gets to her new house. But it's painted in the back.
Yes.
So finally, you get to show it off.
That's right.
Show itself off. Okay, now one of my favorite artists of all times is Alexander Calder. And of course, Elizabeth has an original. Look at this.
I did buy that at Christie's.
That is just magnificent. Were you there at Christie's, or did you bid over the phone?
I did see. I wasn't there for the auction. I saw it before.
Okay. And then you have this wonderful mobile. Do you call that a mobile? I guess you do a standing mobile because it's not hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah. And it'll...
I've never seen one like that of his. Where did you get that? Was that in New York too?
Mm.
Did you get that in New York?
No, I got that here at an auction. And then I had the stand made.
Oh, I see. How clever. Of course. I was thinking that the stand came with it.
Wish it had.
Okay, I'm going to whiz around the room a little bit. Tell me about this lady. This is, ooh, it's so...
Well, that was on a postcard that Oglethorpe Art Gallery had, and I just kept it. For a long time, I liked it, and I decided to call the people who owned it. I think they were from Kentucky, and they wanted to sell it.
Oh.
And so I called. In the other room, there's a book of his work, and I called, and he had a waiting list of art, and I found out how much he was charging and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought it.
So she's pointing, and she's holding what is that she's holding? Can you tell?
A hand. It's all hands.
Oh my gosh, she's holding hands. Look at those nails. And then there's hands behind her. And then there's hands behind there. More hands. Oh, that is just so interesting. Wow. Okay. So what about this lady?
I have 3 of those. I'll give one to each of my children.
So there's
one, and there's one here.
Is it an African lady, or is it a nun, or what is it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, now this woman looks sort of Dutch.
And then there's one right there on the...
Where? Oh goodness. Okay, let's tie these together. And who is the artist? Do you know?
What?
The artist?
I can't remember her name right
An
now.
Atlanta artist, though, did you say?
But she left town.
Okay, so she wasn't from Atlanta. Oh, that is... Oh, Elizabeth. Now, are your children fighting over who gets which one?
Well, they don't know they're going to get them.
They will now. Devereaux, get your bids in. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, I'm just going to focus on this little table over here. Look at this. What is this? This looks like a shell, or what is this?
It's just paper.
It's paper. Sorry for my filming. Tell me about this painting.
That is by Werner Wallner, who is an Atlanta artist, and I thought I think he's just wonderful. Of course, most of the art I have now is dead.
That's pretty spectacular. Wow.
But I just love that.
Love it. All right, tell me about these. Oh my gosh, these candlesticks. So here's like a little demon at the bottom, or who is he? And then these little children are holding up the candlestick.
But it's more like a...
What is it? I love it. Now let's talk about this lady that's nude up here.
Well, I got that at Christie's too.
Okay. What are they? Are they gourds? They look like little gourds.
They're little gourds.
And you could just rearrange them.
Right.
According to what... Oh, I love that. Okay, so I also want to know about this cross over here.
Oh.
Tell me about this.
All right, now I do know. Glenna Goodacre did that, and she died recently, but this is a piece from her work that the city of Philadelphia had her make of the Irish that came over, and it's in one of their parks. She also did, I think, the Korean War Monument at
Memorial? Really? In
Yeah.
D.C.?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, that's so interesting.
And
Her name again is what? What was her name?
Glenna Goodacre.
Glenna Goodacre, okay.
And I think she's the mother of, now Harry Connick's wife.
Oh, really? Harry Connick Jr.?
Uh-huh. The one who's
Plays
famous.
who lives in New Orleans. Oh, now that's a neat connection. I love that.
I think that's right.
All right, I'm going to look that up.
And this, I'm going to put, I'm an only child, I'm going to put over back, my headstone's going to be back to back with my parents, and this is going to be on the top.
Oh my gosh.
And it'll be over all three of us.
That'll be wonderful. And that's in
Arkansas.
Arkansas, that's right. Yes, Elizabeth's family history is a whole nother video. It's so interesting.
This used to be a sun porch, so.
So tell me about this piece of artwork. Wow. It's spectacular. It looks like a woven. Did he paint on fabric or?
You know, I don't know.
So this is really interesting. So it looks like fabric to me. And then look at this that's sort of attached to, oh no, it's not. Look at this. Oh my gosh. It looked like fabric on that. But this particular hat is a piece of art. It's very heavy, but she actually wore it to a luncheon that we went to. And I will have to dig up that picture and insert it here. And now we're going to go to, I love it because you've got some of this folk art. So who did this one? I know you've got some Reverend Finster in here, Howard Finster. Who did this one? Do you know?
Where are you?
Down here.
Which one are you looking at? Oh, that was coconut. See, it was sent to my daddy. That's how it was sent through the mail.
No
this
way.
Was Small Morgan, Round Pond, Arkansas. And it was from Nathan Green, who worked on our farm.
They actually sent it through the post office?
Yeah, that's how it came.
Oh my gosh, they would never let them do that now. And was your father's name Small?
That he was named for a doctor.
Dr. Small?
A Dr. Small.
Oh gosh, only in the South and only in Arkansas. That is the most spectacular thing here. I've got to look at it all the way around. So it's not painted on the back. It's just a coconut. Oh my gosh. Look at that thing. And they sent it to the post office. Oh, Elizabeth, that is such a treasure. I'd be fighting over that if I were one of your children. Oh my gosh. No words. That's so fabulous. I see there's so much I just can't get it all in. And here's another one. This looks like a Howard Finster. No, that's a Miller, R.A. Miller.
Yeah.
That's R.A. Miller right there.
Yeah.
Okay, there's so much on here. I'm going to let you point out the most spectacular things other than, I think the coconut's the most spectacular thing there. Anything else you want to point out before we move on?
No.
Okay. I mean, there's just so much.
Now this, Ivan Bailey.
Love this.
And I got that. The High Museum had an auction, and I bought it, and then about 2 or 3 years later, a friend came over and she said, "I had that made, and it just didn't look right in my house.
Oh,
and it fit perfectly in mine."
It looks perfect. It's just, and you know, it looked really good with those iron designs you had on your door that you took off. You know, the vine.
He did those.
Oh, no wonder. They look so interesting. And I love this. Look at this cross. Is there a story behind that? What about this lady? Ooh, she's a little scary.
I like that.
Okay, let's move in here.
Let me see if he did these. He didn't sign them.
Oh, so here's some more folk art. Here's one. This one looks like either R.A. Miller or, who is this guy? I don't see a signature on here. Okay. I can't see it. I don't know. It might be R.A. Miller. Pretty fun. Okay. What else do we have in here? Let's look around here. This is neat. Tell me about this.
That was when the Georgia Trust had a big parties. They used to have big parties.
I remember that.
And I was chairman one year, and it was kites were the theme. And so this was one of the kites. Linda Anderson had made that.
It is wonderful. And look at the tail on the kite.
So.
Oh my gosh, I have to touch it. It's literally, oh my gosh, it's so neat. Oh, here's another R.A. Miller. Or this looks like a Fenster.
That's a Fenster.
Yeah, that looks like a Fenster. Oh, there we go. I've never been up to see his place, but I'd like to. One of my best friends has a collection of his too. She's been collecting it since it cost nothing. And lucky her.
Yes.
Look at this.
Oh.
Okay.
And bought that at an Alliance Theater auction, and they didn't know who did it, and we don't know who did it.
It's so wonderful.
And I get more compliments on that.
I love it. I can't, it's made of wood.
Right.
It's painted wood. Oh my goodness, how in the world did they cut that? It's unbelievable.
Oh, and see, here's the book.
Oh yes, okay, here's the book. I'm gonna close it here. So the name of the book, Dino Valls, and this is the picture that I filmed earlier, and here it is telling about it. Interesting. And what
This
else?
John Henry book, he makes these large sculptures, but he made a few pieces of jewelry, and my son Morgan and his wife gave me a beautiful piece of jewelry that he had made.
Well, when we do your jewelry, we'll have to look at that. Look at this cute little shoe. Is that in your family, or is that just a cute little shoe?
I don't know where it came from, so you should.
And what about this interesting little thing here?
Where? Oh, that was, I just got that at a garage sale.
A garage sale. It's so wonderful. The ball moves. Now tell me about these curtains, because they really are spectacular, the way they are pleated and the way they're done.
Well, I sew some, and I made I made a mistake because I put the blacking. I should have stopped where it starts, and those are pieces of wood that I've covered, you know. But I did it with all three pieces of the material. If I had only started the black out down below, I mean, my fingers almost broke.
Well, it looks fantastic. I'd love to dissect those. Wow.
So, but I thought that was a good idea.
They look great. They look really interesting. Stay tuned for part 2 of Elizabeth's beautiful art-filled home. Please like and subscribe to see more. And until next time, be sweet.